Abladia bi wonanye eko Mbn show binijino mai enyo kene huno ma wenyo ye afi akpe enyo no mai enyo ke ekpamli na shemo ni shanene wobwana wokeba hanye shemo ne keji nyete Facebook ke YouTube enye banya kwa ye Mbn 360 minaja modote shidane wobabote sajam ye ha wokwa otiye ni ye shemo ekome
Masolo niko North East ukbano echeke hatu enjole ake shishikwen ke hadale ye yonyo nason akucho. Ye shikake jarayeli sanjamliye KPMG ni chumokuwe ewie ake sani yintowe achonke achake moni femoy ni kese chele babamli bemli ni Ghana maashion IMF ni femomli. Niye manse sanjam ni hwe amania boy hawoli ake maye nyelo Ramaphosa kefojang bejano to ikebano keshi boy atutu amo ye South Africa.
Sanjia eneme ke ekokome ahejino nyebanu ye Mbn Adafitswaa. Agbene Sanjia dienchemli bote mone mansolo ni kwa North East kokbaano Ibrahim tia ewo akucho mbi ni yonyo nasomna ni amehato enjole ke ekome femo afe ameshishikwen ke hanoya.
Ye mamli ye People's Assembly hinabo amoshishinite no ye jeme akucho emlie mansolo ke ye mliake amralo ekahe ha shikani akewa no ya ni chumo ilo ni femo ye jeme na agbene hwe dani mambi eba na neke maja no ya ni femo ne aise kwala jeme akucho emli ejolo to enjole enye ehe shikra igbala mling ake tahu mo ke no mo ke ni bikomeni ya no be pie ha ni amralo echakio shikalo echon shikake ya wo ni bikokome ni ba ha ni to enjole ka fabanfo afe otiye akucho emling Ibrahim tiache ni akucho mbi ni ojema abomoden ake ameba achu ni nkewa ni to enjole aba na mewo akuchi amling shwamomli hiwale bona afe ni egbelegbe ke ha dale ke no ya yejeme akucho emling.
In saying things as they are, certainly you get that you arbitrate on issues and you see parties grumbling because there's no fairness. So I'm appealing with you. Let's be fair. It is God that has made you leaders. And there's nothing that you should do that you will fear again. And when we do all these things fairly, honestly, I think we can carry our communities along and we can carry everybody together and we'll get the desired development that we want. All that we need from you is prayers, so that we have the good health, and then the collaboration that we need from you. Anything at all that you see that to bring about any disturbances in the communities, the district chief executive's office is wide open. My office is as well wide open for you to come for us to discuss and see the way forward. There's nothing. We are just appointed to serve you, and that is why we are here to tell you that look, this is what government has given us, and this is what we have used the resources to do for.
Mlawokpe hebi enumoni Asante Akim Central mlawokpe enyo Kwame Enyimedu entry nyenye esa eje Criminal Offences Amendment Bill 2026 po ni ba fe mlano tomo keshigba ewo gboyin keme ayechemo.
Bipartisan bill lo mlagbejano to ne ha ifio eshalo mlano tomo keji mokoche mokogbe fonko lo ekegbe ko fon moko no tamo ekwe ayeji neke mone neke mlane beni aketo shishin eji ye 8th parliament shitamomli shinwe enye adamoshin akeni mayenye loke enininye awoshishin dani nakanhi na abo amo niji parliamentary term eba na agbe ehiwo.
An act to amend the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, to prohibit the practice by a person as a witch doctor or a witch finder, to proscribe the declaration, accusation, naming or labeling of a person as a witch, and to provide for related matters.
Honourable members, the Criminal Offences Amendment Bill 2026 is read for the first time and referred to the Committee on Constitutional and Legal Affairs for consideration and report.
Amralo eto kebakpa consular fund lo wa moshikahi mama ni akeba waga na bi ni minchomo na agba idienche amni yemanse.
Mansolo ni ko ogbefa ke manse sanjia no Samuel Kujeto ablakwa wi ake ni fe mo na ba gbegbe bona fe ni wa mo ni ake ha me ni jo manse ke baba e wo mli hiwale ni ihani na agba ife ni ametro mo mli e ba shifio igbalamli ake shikana e bawa ke fe shramo ye mambi e ke agbene anko ni chumokui atin ke hani efe oya yeli noko eha Ghana bi ni na chuka na agba ikome bemli ni ameye manse ni fe mo na fata amralo egbeja no to wulu ni ba wo mambi ni o manse ahewale na agbene hu ebu amehe bemli ni amefa agbeke ya ni menkoko mehu ya yoshi jeme.
The scale of humanitarian interventions undertaken since the beginning of 2025 has reinforced the need for a sustainable financing mechanism to support Ghanaian nationals facing genuine emergencies abroad. These interventions demonstrate that effective consular protection often requires immediate financial resources to provide emergency travel assistance such as temporary accommodation, medical assistance, welfare support, and where necessary, repatriation or evacuation. It is against this background that we will soon be launching a public-private partnership for the consular fund to be established. This consular fund will strengthen the ministry's capacity to provide the necessary timely assistance to Ghanaian nationals confronted with genuine emergencies abroad. The consular fund will complement existing consular services by enabling the ministry and Ghana's diplomatic missions to respond more rapidly to exceptional humanitarian situations while ensuring that assistance is provided.
Amralo emi susu keto National Teacher University ni babu amani kasemo he alo colleges of education ana kewo gbeneko memli eshishi.
Mansolo ni ko ni kasemo sanjin anunyamo Haruna Idrisu Jelekpo ake ni kasemo he ni atawo amane bekpa moji ake ebawo chonloi ani kasemo low teacher education ni hiwale yegbeno ake ebaha colleges of education ni Ghana ne afe gbene ke ha ni kasemo he wuluhe ni atawo amane ye Mbn Adafitswaa Ii ariemo mliye owula Idrisu wiake amralo ebiane menkwa egbejano to emli ni susumoji ake akucho nigbeji peki ni oshila opopa no jihe ni ekwe abanye aya maneke ni kasemo he neye na ni fane fata amralo emodembo keba wochon loy achosemo ni ji teacher trainee mi hiwale ni ehani ni kasemo aya ehiye jugban Ghana ne.
President Mahama tasked me to put the Amakunwa committee together, which will work on the establishment of additional public universities in Ghana. I was in Kenya a few days ago at the weekend to open what we call the UMAT campus at Kenya. The mining school in Takwa will now have a campus. This afternoon, I've directed a letter to the administrator of Get Fund into 2027 formula to make an allocation of 100 million Ghana cedis to support the takeoff of the Kenya campus. And then we will, with the intention of expanding it, to establish a new university between Kenya and Adafitswaa in the Ahafo region. And then also in the Western North region, and then in the Oti region. But without prejudice, we want the Amakunwa committee to come out with its report. Then we are now also carefully examining the establishment of a national teacher university, and we are looking at Peki, and to make all the 48 constituent colleges.
Banso manichumo he ni po hiwale pakpana mosanjinya no mi woga na bianga na meha ame kwamo kegbomo chomlin kwamo aba klenklen bemlini amehu amebo amewo moden keku hepatitis helana yegana ne
Manso manichumo he ke BPE many ena hepatitis B kesi ne amele heni poteni heladamo ja ekwe amete hela chamo he ni nohue e akpeose ejake bemleni ameba ashejeme hela ami na agbai isheshon kechono no hiwale pakpana monuchulo imiwo mambi anga na mebo moden ake ameka mehe bawo gbomoche yamli nkwamo niji testing services ni vaccination opportunities low ekwe lamli nkwamo ke be fe amba moden ake amebaya hela chamo he ni akwe amegbomoche yamli bona fe ni hepatitis hela ni ewe no ne enye ebashifio.
Every person living silently with the disease and every underserved community. Today's commemoration draws attention to the burden of viral hepatitis. While the inauguration of the National Viral Hepatitis Technical Working Group provides the mechanism for translating our commitments into coordinated and measurable action. Ladies and gentlemen, viral hepatitis remains a major public health challenge in Ghana. About 3 million Ghanaians are estimated to be living with hepatitis B, while roughly 500,000 may be living with hepatitis C. Many do not know their status because the infection can remain silent for years, even as it progressively damages the liver. Chronic hepatitis B and hepatitis C are major causes of liver cirrhosis and liver cancers. Current estimates place liver cancer as the third most commonly diagnosed cancer in Ghana and the second leading cause of cancer-related deaths. Among men, it is the leading cause of cancer mortality. Much of this burden can be prevented. Hepatitis B can be prevented through vaccination and effectively managed with treatment, while hepatitis C can be cured with highly effective medicines. Early diagnosis and appropriate care can prevent disease progression, reduce transmission, and save lives. Viral hepatitis sits at the intersection of communicable and non-communicable diseases. It begins as an infection, but when it is not detected and managed early, may progress to cirrhosis or liver cancer.
Yes, Ajinkwako me amlie ansolo ni ko northeast Pukbano Ibrahim tia ewie ake yonyo nation akuchung echencho bana police commander kefata modembo kebawo afaba fom ni hiwale ni ehatu enjole aba akuchwemi.
Defeating status, and we also visited the district police command. Immediately we left here, I placed a call to the IDP, and I'm well convinced as I'm speaking, you will hear and you will see. And I told him that the people of EU needs and deserves a district police commander who will come and command the first of the district. He gladly acknowledged it and said, in due course, you will have a district commander. So many projects will be presented to you in collaboration with them. And again, like I mentioned, there's no 24 hours that passes by and your MP doesn't place a call to my office for us to see how jointly we can get EU National District default. But let me add, all this will come as a result of what? Patience. Patience. And the last time I was here, I made a remark. We shouldn't waste our resources in resolving what? Conflicts. Let's waste our resources in doing what? In developing and developing and developing. Our region is an infant region. EU National District is an infant district which has been carved out of Bungugu, Nakanguri district.
Chawancha Siemwe ano New Draben South Municipal Assembly eje ichobe kudolo ike akuchombi ningme ojwe ahi ke shoshi basabasa shikagbele shishi ke fata modembo ke bawo fale fe momni hiwale yejeme.
Amanebo fele fang ake amo taxi driver alo chone kudoloko ni agbele shikagbele ni ji 100 Ghana cedis lo cedi o akome fese ni igmedre ike fon heko ni esa biamli ni onupa iwoshi ake chone kudolo ike me ni tara chonji amlie amepomode nikeji amehedre ikwe amekagme ike fon gbejigbe ano assembly eke neke mlani amekebo ni chumone fata modembo kebawo fale fe moni chumomli hiwale nehani akuchi amli fe acheni ekpe.
It has been one of the attitudinal problems most people in the country have. We are fond of eating and in vehicles, and after we eating, we just throw the rubbish out of the moving vehicle, which is very, very serious. Apart from you littering the environment, you can even create cause an accident. If the oncoming, if it's a motorbike, tries to swerve, it can create an accident. We plead with citizens that when you eat and you are in a vehicle, please drop off the waste in the car. We've educated or sensitized the drivers enough, including their unions, that the passengers must leave the waste in their vehicles. When they get to the various stations, they are supposed to gather the waste and dispose of properly. So we plead with our commuters. Don't think it's a bush. For instance, what our brother was saying when he was around, he said it's a bush. It's just who should clear the bush. So we are sending a strong signal that people living within Koforidua vicinities should desist.
Wabada mashemo neno ni wofo ike wakumose wakeshika kejwa ili saje baba hani kachiwi.
Invitiasia no menemi kunu eware wo odro ene asumdwe kwanso ya ware na chi no mene kwacho ba hotel pop pebi say be sepeyo. What a team for so crown na maye
bibia wo nyankopon sem
ekoba ne san me kunu antina se
edro botum waje wo ye edek sm bites wa eni gia befi we na me de yempaibo edek sm bites timase mama me
so wa worry mu enije bewie wo paya
na ye kamfo edek sm bites
Mrs. Wa oye mi onyina monno me no akọ one
Shida pledge no ake okowe yobe ye Mbn Adafitswaa no nunu wakabaji shishi ye shika kejwa yili sanjamye Ghana afi 18 ye International Monetary Fund lo IMF Extended Credit Facility niji ECF ni femo na gbe shesheshe mnie kadi ona ni fanwulu ye mash kasaji shida momi.
Ye ni family KPMG Ghana ni chumokuweke sani yintoe aya enye fe sajinjajemo ni eabote ni chumoku yamlihi walewo bonafe ni trake moini akeba enye aya enye ni ese ache ni chumokuweke Ghana gbejanoto keba chake Kaya 36-month policy coordination instrument ni GPCI damoshike hanoko hi ye shramomli ye ameke IMF kuwete ni nuhue yinto eba damohe no yeli fe shikawamo ye remomli nko chake mo here head of markets and partner ye KPMG Ghana Kwame Sapon Banieri ake esani ana PCI gbejanoto ne ake IMF wa money femo koklu shinwe sanana le ake gbejanoto keba woni chumomni hiwale ni iha amenye amedamo amenajano jugban yeshika sajami.
The successful completion of the IMF extended credit facility marks a great milestone in the economic recovery program. With the policy coordination instrument that has been introduced, is now a new phase of the reform. The PCI is best understood as a policy credibility and reform framework rather than a new bailout, and this is important to note. Final executive board considerations, however, pending. The proposed reform agenda refocuses on fiscal governance, debt sustainability, monetary and exchange rate framework, financial sector stability, SOE governance, and inclusive growth. This continuity matters because Ghana's next phase will be judged less by stabilization but more by institutional execution and resilience. People must feel what we're doing.
Lawo pe henyo Patrick Boama ewie keshi mansolo ni kwa mash kasanja no ake totomo ye procurement alo ni hemo chake moi amli bimli ni eke susu nuchu moi short we ete ni yole mansolo kucho ni ewie ake ha nuchu lo eke cho single source no.
Go to the finance minister's constituency. I'm going to demonstrate to this house 3 very key projects that he's gone against what he's reporting to this house. 1, the Mankasim Ajumaku Swedru Road is 111 kilometers. It's going to cost this country about $250 million. Single source procurement. Secondly, he is going to build a military barracks in Ajumaku at 200 million Ghana cedis. Number 3, he is going to build a specialist hospital. The Jumako military barracks is also a single source procurement procedure that was used. The specialist hospital, instead of siting it in Cape Coast, is bringing it to a Jumako at 850 million Ghana cedis, almost $80 million on a restricted tender basis, Mr. Speaker. So if the minister comes to tell us that he is tightening procurement rules and regime, then I don't believe in what he is talking about. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, the constituency chairman of the Minister of Finance is the chair of the Central Tender Review Committee. Yes. Hey, Professor Kwanzaa, you can check. His constituent is also the deputy CEO at the Public Procurement Authority. Jesus Christ. Mr. Speaker, and the Ministry of Finance supervises the PPA. Conflict of interest and abuse.
Wabada mashia moneno ni wafu wa ishkumiko ke wakunwase wakonye bacha umanse kunu wako nonditi na huye jame.
Hata wadiasa mluko faso. Baba, me again. Nessa we ale. Me kwa dwuma wo hia me ti. Mentimi antsent ma fra me doctor ta wona mkwaso wo ba. Share na kwa. Si wo gusu ani. Yes, malaria. Malaria. Oh, what they say we dey router. Me kope bia brem sisi. Aduro ne fe no router mix. Ye kama malaria aduro. and running so Gap trap and the draw crew abaso body assay. Wabo Ruta mixture abaso. Ruta natural products and Ruta mixture. Yeah, the kutia a treat. Ruta tonic and the Ruta life for. And who a finish like the bunny, a finipedium. Let's support the immune system. Ruta de Obiasia. FDA, I get drinking crap to yatu.
Nonu wakabaje nshikek bina yewana gbeshe mo niji manses sajam niye amane aboyin awole ake South Africa mahie nyelo Cyril Ramaphosa eje shomokpo checho obani atuto agboyi ni yo South Africa.
We've witnessed outbreaks of anti-migrant sentiment and incidents of intimidation and violence directed at foreign nationals, and incidents that have been quite sad and abhorrent, where people have been injured and some people have died and lost their lives, which we as South Africa deeply, deeply regret and mourn. This is fueled in part by misinformation and prejudice, but it draws on a genuine concern among some South Africans about the social and economic burden that is brought upon them by illegal migration. As the South African government, I want to make it clear, we have taken a firm stance against any form of intimidation, vigilantism, or violence directed at people from other countries or other nations.
Yo ablade abibe bi energy hini be bag mo ogbeni wo ke hwane na hye moyawa shedani wo ba ya nya ha wa kwa otiye nijipo ye hye moyamlin ekon
Mansolo niko North East ukbano echeke ha twenjole ake shishikwen ke ha dale ye yonyo nason akucho ye shikake jarayeli sanjamlie KPMG ni chumokuwe ewie ake sani yinto achonke achake moni femoy ni kese chele babamli bemli ni Ghana mashion IMF ni femomli niye manse sanjamli hwe amania boy hawoli ake maye nyelo Ramaphosa kefojang Bejano to ikebano keshi boy atutu amo ye South Africa.
Mimoni ke share mo eba nyegbeno shani neji na jamo dote kefi ofiche drum mo wo back be wo shani ne ke biamli no nye wala don ke be ni nye yike kwewo.